So I'm going to be asking you a few questions about your involvement in the 2008 financial crisis, if that's all right.
Yeah, so I was the CFO of a multi-billion-dollar company on Wall Street that went bankrupt due to this crash.
Please, take a seat.
Thank you very much, sir. Mind if I ask you a few questions? So, about this 2008 economic crisis, what were the significant causes of the financial crisis?
The greedy bankers of Wall Street, like myself, the fraudulent rating agencies, and the crooks that manipulated the stock market for their own success.
The blind, greedy bankers of Wall Street.
Okay. What role did financial institutions, such as Lehman Brothers, play in the financial crisis?
Large financial institutions took advantage of the corruption in the housing market, and they sold the subprime loans for way higher price than what they really were, and they paid the rating agencies off to promote these as great ratings and great loans to buy when they were real shit.
Large financial institutions took advantage of the corruption of the housing market.
Okay. The creation of the CDOs greatly intensified the potential for economic problems. What are CDOs?
A collateral debt obligation is when many mortgages are bundled together and sold to invest. Collateralized debt obligation is when many mortgages are bundled together and sold to an investment firm.
When government officials warned of potential problems with these CDOs, why did the government not investigate and end this practice?
I mean, people looked into it, but nobody really did anything about it.
The government officials that were investigating the issue with the CDOs were paid off and told by large financial institutions to stop investigating, stop looking into what we were doing.
Oh, I did not know that. What job did Alan Greenspan have in the 1990s and early 2000s, and what was his role in the financial collapse?
Greenspan used to run things. He just wanted the feds out.
And so this became problematic, and we took advantage of that because we finally had the ability to become corrupt and, take advantage of the market.
How did financial trends affect the federal government's response to initial indication of a financial problem?
The people who saw it didn't do anything about it, and that's why it got so bad.
In the history of America, there was never a trend of financial decline in the housing market. So we took advantage of that, and we really pushed that, and that's how we got away with it.
How were elite academic institutions involved in the creation and maintenance of the financial instruments that produced huge profits at seemingly minimal risk?
The influential economic professors were promoting CDOs and how solid they were and how they were great for the economy. But little they know, these professors are being paid off by large corporations.
Professors promoted CDOs. They were just getting paid by the big companies.
What government agencies exist to protect the U.S. from a financial crash, and why were they ineffective?
The SEC couldn't help anyone because the companies were hiding it so well.
And the crash was inevitable.
Okay. Give me a second. Okay. So, what events, when they began to happen, started the major decline which created a financial crisis?
A major event that took place before the crash was that many people were defaulting on their loans, and so that was kind of the big red flag or alert.
See, before the crash, people were defaulting on their mortgage loans.
How did the investment banks, rating agencies, and insurance companies work together to commit fraud?
Investment banks would sell the subprime loans while promoting them to top investment loans with the help of rating agencies who would promote these subprime loans to be AAA investments. The insurance companies would sell the credit default swaps, which would allow the few people who predicted that the housing market would crash to buy insurance, in this case, on these loans that would say if they were not paid out, they would get all their money back and a ton more money. Most people did not buy these credit swaps because the market was doing incredible and everything was booming. So people that were buying these loans were looked at as crazy or stupid or foolish.
Nobody saw it coming. They thought we were all crazy. They thought I was crazy.
What happened to the money which was invested in CDOs which were purchased by U.S. citizens and others around the world.
After the crash, any money that was invested in CDOs were gone.
What did the federal government require insurance agencies to pay out with the insistence of billions of dollars in taxpayers' funds?
The federal government required the insurance agencies to pay out the people with the credit default swaps dollar for dollar returns, which is very controversial because they didn't really need to do that. And that's what really made these people with the swaps very rich, very wealthy, and the agencies went broke. And the money that was paid back to the people with the swaps, that was coming from taxpayers.
When they started paying us, some of the banks went bankrupt, so the government had to use taxpayers' money to bail some of them out. Shame.
This concludes our interview. Thank you for your time, Mr. Drapel.
Yeah, anytime.